For decades, modding games was a completely different skill set from playing them. From the Morrowind construction set to map making to Warcraft 3 modding, which eventually turned into Dota. The point being, if you wanted to create something, you had to stop playing and start modding. The most modded game in recent times is by far Minecraft. The first years of modding Minecraft were struggles not only with making them, but also installing mods. And while installing them is easy, even today, modders are still fighting the game each update to get their mods working. However, this struggle ended a couple of weeks ago. Hytale in early access isn't just adding mod support. Modding Hytale could be considered its very own game mode. And after less than 3 weeks, we already have over 3,500 mods on CurseForge. Hytale is so approachable, I'm pretty sure I could teach my grandma how to add a custom block. So let's look how Hytale is turning every gamer into a modder. To add a custom block to Hytale, I simply open the asset editor, add my own pack, add my own block, and just like that, it's in the game, while the game is running. This is what I mean. The border between modding and playing is seamless. There's no loading time, no compiling that needs to be done. It just works immediately. And this doesn't just work for simple things like blocks. No, custom items, weapons, custom weather, and even more complicated things like custom mobs and NPCs. All of those can be added via the built-in asset editor. This is Hytale's superpower and the tool which allows every single player to make a mod within minutes. No coding required. The asset editor alone would be enough for a revolution, but this is only 1/3 of the ways to mod this game. We will get to plugins and world generation in just a bit, but first, let's see how complex adding a simple block can be. If we wish to add a simple block to Minecraft, we first need to choose an API, Forge, Neoforge, or Fabric. Download the template, and if you don't already have it, install an IDE, a JDK, and probably also learn a bit of Java. Then either write out several JSON files by hand, copy them over, or use data gen, which requires quite a bit of setup. And finally, you have a simple block in-game. Listen, I love Minecraft modding, but the comparison here is just not fair. With 1/3 of its tools, Hytale just blows Minecraft completely out of the water. And this is before we talk about having to keep up with versions where even minor version changes, modders have to spend hours upon hours just to update their mod to the newest version. It's a constant arms race that for Minecraft modders, it's just running on a treadmill. We have to keep moving or we will never make up any ground. Another app comparison might be Roblox. Now, while there's a lot of other issues with that game, the creation tools themselves, Roblox Studio, is actually very well done. Here though, for even simple things, you need to learn Lua. This isn't a full programming language, but many concepts are the same. So while I can super easily make poop bouncy in Hytale, or make it have 5,000 damage to mobs on impact, in Roblox it's a bit more involved. Hytale is not setting out to build the next Unreal Engine or the next Roblox. They want to offer modders and UGC creators a place to transform their ideas into reality. As Slikey, the tech director of Hypixel, said, "We want you to be able to mod Hytale out of Hytale and make it your tale." And this is exactly what you can do. Because for more advanced modders that know Java, oh, you want to jump into plugin making. This will require extensive Java knowledge as Hytale's code is built on an ECS or an Entity Component System framework. To illustrate, in Hytale, each block you see is an entity, and you can attach components to those entities. Think of those as tags or stickers. That means this grass block over here has the grass block component, while this log has the wood log component, and it might also have the flammable block component. This tells the game what these entities are and how they behave. But here comes the power. You can simply add another component to an entity, meaning if you put down water, it flows through every single block, because every block is waterloggable. Here you would simply add the waterlogged component to every block, and boom, it just works. It works with doors, fences, every single block. And it barely requires any work to add another. It just works. And with this power, people are already cooking up insane mods. Like, look at all of this. We're barely 3 weeks into Hytale's early access. People are not only showing off their creativity and technical know-how already, they're using modding tools which aren't even fully complete yet. At this rate, within a year we will have full games made in Hytale. Well, actually, they've already done this. How is this possible? Every time I look at the calendar, it feels like Hytale has been out for months. But no, it's been weeks. And we have all of this already. This is thanks not only to the tools, but also another touch that a lot of other games don't have, and a thing that cannot be faked: community warmth. Sure, some businesses are savvy on social media, they throw out one or two zingers here and there, and people seem to like it. It remains corporate. Hypixel is different. The official Hytale account is for announcements, but the personal accounts of the team, those are present in almost every thread. Slikey, the tech director, is helping out people on Twitter daily. Community managers, game designers, even Simon Hypixel, the CEO, and so many more people from the team are answering questions, engaging with the community. You know why? Because they are the community. Hypixel Studios are their own first customer. They are making Hytale for themselves as much as they're making it for us. And this is their hidden power. They are us. Gamers, content creators, modders, and just excited to create a game to be proud of. With this community warmth and the closeness to the community, the last piece of this puzzle is unlocked. Community champions. Hytale gave a select group of modders early access to test modding for the game and give feedback. I was amongst that group, and I'm still baffled by the openness that the team showed, reaching out to us many times. But not only that, now, because they don't have the time to publish the documentation on their own, they gave their entire internal documentation for NPC creation and world generation v2 to the Hytale Modding dev team. One of the greatest resources if you want some proper docs, next to my tutorials, of course. And with this, Hytale is empowering the community to help each other. I could not be more proud of this community already. I never had so much fun and purpose modding, all the while the community is discovering things together. And oh, I mentioned World Generation V2. Yeah, that's a game changer in more than just one way. As a quick recap for World Generation in Hytale, the game currently is in exploration mode, which uses the old World Generation V1. Hard to change, hard to mod, but there already exists a successor, World Gen V2. It works much better and it's easier to make content for, however, right now it lacks the amount of content they need. And this is where you and the community come in. Simon wants to hire 15 world designers in the coming months that know their way around World Gen V2. It is by far one of the most powerful tools I have ever seen. It's all happening in this node editor right here. And of course, instant reload of World Generation while the game is running? I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. I am still floored, not only by the tech, but also the creations that people have already come up with. Look at the things that people have built with this tool. It's simply phenomenal. And without a doubt, some of these people will probably be hired by Hypixel. In fact, that has already happened. Violet, or Viopori on Twitter, has already been hired by the Hytale team to make custom cosmetics for the game. And some of those are already in the game too. Listen, they were not kidding. They want people from the community and they want raw passion. This is just amazing. So where does all of this leave us? We have 3 huge pillars of modding for Hytale. Asset packs, made so easy that my grandma could make them. Hytale plugins, hard to get into, needing Java knowledge, but allowing you to change the entire game from the ground up. And in the future will also be transformed with a whole visual scripting language too, akin to something like Unreal Engine's blueprint system. And finally, we have World Gen V2 with the Node Asset Editor, shaping the world to your imagination, literally. I can't remember being this excited for anything. Hytale Modding will rock the world for a long time, even with how great it already is. Think about it like this. This is the worst version of Hytale Modding we will ever see, because it will keep expanding, it will keep evolving, and, together with the community in mind, it will change the modding landscape forever. If you're interested in modding Hytale, check out my modding channel on the left. For more Hytale entertainment style content, subscribe right here, and to catch me live, twitch.tv/Kaupenjoe. Hope to see you in any of those. Until the next time, so yeah.